words. Spellers were ready to break down their strategy for sideline reporters, who occasionally pulled them out of the lineup to comment on an especially tough word. The spectacle called into question so much that I thought I understood about childhood and young people today. The kids at the spelling bee, with their intense approach to competition, their confident personalities, and their drive to succeed, embodied key characteristics about what it now means to be young in America. It foretold something about the future of my own children, then age 6 and 2, who were blissfully asleep while I watched. Whether they would ever participate in a spelling bee was not important. This is what childhood had become, and this was their generation. In the end, there were no participation trophies, not even a runner-up trophy. Just one giant, shiny trophy that 14-year-old Snigdha Nandipati from San Diego, California, clenched and hoisted, beaming a smile too victorious for her mouthful of braces to diminish. For the next week, she was ubiquitous on the media junket of morning shows, public relations appearances, and even Jimmy Kimmel Live. When the media buzz wore off, she could start to imagine what to do with her $30,000 in prize money. What started with my television viewing would develop into a major research project that extended far beyond spelling bees. Through the lens of the bee, I began to explore the nascent shape of Generation Z. These kids' lives are filled with competitions, many of them brain sports like the spelling bee. More than just fun, the careers, and I do mean careers, that elite spellers develop open doorways to other aspects of Gen Z life, including greater participation in entrepreneurial activities and social media as children. Their parents, mostly U.S. or non-U.S. born Gen Xers, who want their kids to thrive in a world they know is highly competitive, help them accomplish as children what previous generations may not have even attempted until adulthood. I attended the National Spelling Bee every year from 2013 to 2018, plus 12 regional and minor league bees. I interviewed past and present National Spelling Bee semifinalists and finalists, including 17 champions, as well as parents and numerous adults whose livelihood is in some way connected to spelling bees. I visited ESPN in Bristol, Connecticut, and spent days in their studio at the Bee, watching speller features being filmed. I spent hundreds of hours observing, talking with, and getting to know elite spellers and their families over several years, seeing them once or multiple times a year at different competitions. The kids I met early on were in college by the time I finished my research. Through the stories of these elite spellers, Beeline presents an understanding of the new childhood of Generation Z. It argues that this generation exemplifies a unique phase of childhood that is the product of heightened competition for kids, distinct U.S. and non-U.S. born parenting styles, and the affordances of social media. The book investigates several broad questions that parents face. What is the right balance for kids between competition, play, and preparing for professional life? Which parenting styles are best suited for childhood now? Can the contributions of immigrants mean something more impactful for Gen Z? And how is American society responding to these dramatic changes? Focusing on the intensity of kids' lives today, it draws on studies in anthropology, education, child-rearing, language, and culture, and my own experiences as a Gen Xer, child of immigrants, and parent of 2 Gen Z kids. The chapters connect the rise of competition to shifts in generational characteristics and immigration, and examine how childhood is becoming increasingly professionalized. Chapter 1, Kids Today, lays out the basics of generation, childhood, and immigration. Chapter 2, Brain Sports and Kid Competitions, and Chapter 3, Spelling Bees, delve into the intricacies of the contests, looking at the rise of brain sports and how they are linked to human capital building, focusing in particular on spelling bees. Chapter 4, Gen Z Kids, and Chapter 5, Parents of Gen Z Kids, provide in-depth looks at what gives America's newest generational cohort its distinct character. Chapter 6, Bee Week, Chapter 7, Become